What is a herniated disc or a slip disc? Discs do not slip, that's just a term, that's a misnomer. So let's look at what a herniated disc is. We're going to look right in here, can you zoom right in here? We're going to look at lumbar 4 and lumbar 5 vertebra, and then right here. This red disc is colored red because that's a very common disc that does have problems. And as a matter of fact, there's a model right here of a herniated disc, this red bulge. I don't know if you can quite see that or not, but don't worry about it. I got another model that's going to very clearly illustrate how a herniated disc occurs. All right. Right here, coffee cups. This is a vertebra coffee cup. We are not going to drink coffee today with it. We are going to use it for a model of the spine. Here's L5 and here's L4, the two vertebrae I just talked about in the spine. Now we need a model of a disc. The disc is a material between the vertebra that allows us to be mobile with the spine. If the disc was very hard and it was like a hockey puck, we would not be able to bend forward, twist, or be mobile in the spine and the trunk. But a disc is actually like this ball. It has a tough, flexible outside, but it's flexible, and the inside is actually filled with a fluid called nucleus pulposa. We're just going to call it gel, because that's similar to what it is. Now, the disc is shaped like this between, and you can see each vertebra as we bend forward. When we bend forward, this is what happens, and we bend backwards, this is what happens. Okay, the back side of the disc is actually the weakest part of the disc inherently. It's just the way we're made. Now, every time you bend forward, this is what happens. If you look back here, you get some pressure on the back side of the disc, and it wants to bulge out backwards, and that happens to be where your nerves are, and that can be an irritation and a source of pain. Now, when you sit with poor posture, the exact same thing happens to your vertebra. Okay, now if you sit for poor posture, month after month, year after year, bend over, pick things up at home, pick up your children, pick up objects at work, whatever you're doing and you're bending over with poor posture, we continue to stress the back side of the disc. Now, a herniated disc is after a number of years of poor body mechanics and seated posture, the back side of the disc is irritated, it gets weak, and finally you bend over to pick up that pencil and you'll wonder why you got that zinger in your back, and this is what it is. We bend over and boom, see that bulge right there? That is a herniated disc, and that's very similar to what they look like. Okay, and an MRI bulges right out, puts pressure on the nerve, and that nerve creates pain and it radiates out from our back. Big problem, the biggest and the best thing we can do to eliminate this is change our working habits and our body posture. There's no